Let's take a look at the Sago garden. I just have, this is my version of a greenhouse. I don't have a greenhouse. I used to have a pop-up one, but it deteriorated in the sun. So I have to start plants outdoors now, which is a little bit limiting, but we're working through it. Sometimes I have to bring them in at night. Not these, I just put them under the table if we're looking like thunderstorms or something. There's a bunch of purple basil, and that's regular sweet basil, I guess they call it. Some holy basil. This pot here has sweet marjoram in it, and didn't get very good germination on that. This pot has culantro, and you can see that they're really tiny. They took a long time to germinate. And there's some holy basil there, and they're also called Tulsi, Tulsi. That's a thyme plant, and I thought that was a thyme plant, but I'm pretty sure that it's snapdragon now that I'm looking at it. And there's a summer savory plant, which I've grown for the first time this year. This planter got pounded by a heavy rainstorm we had. And that's another one that I thought was thyme, but it isn't. So those tiny seeds from snapdragons and thyme, they're easy to get mixed up. And that's a thyme plant right there. So over here we have some snapdragons. They're doing really good. They're getting ready to flower pretty soon. And a couple of summer savories. There's nothing in there. That's snapdragons, apple blossom called. I assume they're going to be white. And then this is some more snapdragons. Those are called orange dragon or something like that. Snapdragon, no, never mind. Orange, whatever. And the hanging planters have some summer savory in them. These two planters here, the long ones, have snapdragons in them, and I'm propagating some starts from a red sweet potato I got at HEB. There are starting to be some sprouts coming out of it, so it's a little behind, but sweet potatoes like hot weather, so there's no hurry on those. Here's some other seedlings up going. Those are chicory, growing that for the first time, and that's spearmint, and the two rows together, and those on the end, those big ones, are butternut squash, which I didn't get very good germination, only 3 out of 5. Over here that's borage. I think that's how you say that, which is a flowering plant that bees are supposed to love, although to be honest, when I've grown them, I haven't seen too many bees on them. And various other things. There's 5 borage plants there. These are purple cone flowers, and those are actually loofah plants. One of them looks a little sad. Not sure what's up with that. There's another loofah plant right there that's going to crawl up this fence line right here, and I grow one here every year, and they get huge. They go all the way up into this tree, and which is like, I'd say it's at easily 30 feet, maybe more. And I get loofahs growing all the way up in the tippy top of that tree. It's crazy. And I found out this year the squirrel got hip to him, and the squirrel goes up there and cracks them open and eats the seeds out of them, which is fine with me. I think I got like 30 loofahs off that thing last year, and I don't need 30 loofahs. Here's some more sunflowers. That plant's going to be huge. And some potted plants, and this is what I call the Sago garden. There's actually a cucumber right there, and some nasturtiums, and 2 leeks. They didn't do very well. They don't get much sun over here. And here's some more leeks and nasturtiums and marigolds, and a huge catnip plant that is all hollowed out in the middle because we have a cat that comes in here and rolls around in it. This is the herb garden that I started last year, and it is amazing. Those are volunteer marigolds that I grew marigolds in here last year, and it just reseeded itself. This is some more catnip and a huge parsley plant. There's some nasturtiums in there. That over there looks a lot like catnip, but that's lemon balm. And we have some parsley and thyme in this pot, and a huge thyme plant in this pot. It's flowering now. We have some beets, and those are getting very close to being harvest ready. They could be harvested at any time, but I'm trying to let them get a little bit bigger first. And these are slicing cucumbers here. I planted 2 varieties in here, some Market More 76 and some straight 8s. And we'll see how they do. This is a trellis that's been up here for a while, so give them somewhere to climb. Those are leeks. It's the first time I've grown those, and we're gonna make some leek and potato soup, probably with those potatoes that we harvest out of the tub over there. Now down a little further, that's a cauliflower plant, and there's a cauliflower in there about the size of a tennis ball right now. I don't know, I don't think it's going to get much bigger, because this plant there was another cauliflower right next to it that got a softball size one on it that we've been eating. But this one was a lot smaller plant, so I don't know how big it's going to get. I keep an eye on it. Some garlic chives, and this is spearmint here, which will take over if you let it. Down in there, I've got some sweet potatoes that are the ones we normally get at HEB that I'm letting sprout. They're buried in the ground, and you plant those sprouts and grow sweet potatoes. Here's my sagos. This is like a sago nursery. We had a bunch of pups come up on our sago plants, those 2 right there, last year, and I got a bag of cactus soil and planted them. Yeah, just to finish things off here, I've got some other herbs over here. These are 2nd year sage and Russian tarragon. Some lavender, which those need to go in the ground somewhere. I don't know if they'll survive in the winter or not. And there's another BHN 602. I've got 2 of those in the other garden. That's a Cherokee purple, and tomatoes obviously. And this is a jalapeno plant that I bought after mine got slaughtered by a hailstorm. And that is a Paul Robeson, which is a new variety that I'm trying for the first time this year. It looks promising. Over here are some pickling cucumber plants that I have surrounded by fencing to keep the deer off of them, and they should be putting some cucumbers on them pretty soon. I'm hoping they get enough sun in this area, but I'm not seeing a lot of flowers on them yet. One other thing I wanted to call attention to is the sagos and what it looks like when they start shooting out. Their new fronds. It's always an exciting time of the year for me when I see these come out. I'll probably trim some of these damaged, or all of these damaged fronds off them after that one finishes doing its thing. And then the other one is doing the same thing. They kind of look like Devil's Tower out in, I don't know, where is it, that Wyoming or Montana or something, when they come out. But anyway, they grow really fast too. These are amazing plants. So there's the Sago area garden. Hope you enjoyed the little review of what's going on in the garden, and thanks for watching.